Hello and welcome to this week's Top Flight Show. Welcome to Rich and Stacey, my co-hosts, and you'll notice that we're in a new setting and a new studio, which is all very exciting. And yeah, welcome. This week we're talking about the Battersea Top Flight 5k that we had at the weekend, Shettleston 10k that's coming up, the overall series review, and the Top Flight BMC that we've got at Gateshead. So another action-packed Top Flight month. Mm-hmm. It seems like every month we've just got loads to talk about, and there's always something happening, isn't there?
I mean, I guess that's one of the joys of having a monthly race, is that we've got so much to talk about. But also in the world of athletics and running in general, there's so much happening. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah. Couldn't. I tell you what, I was flat. Yeah, totally agree. You're both absolutely bang on there. A couple of events knocked off for RunThrough, Top Flight 1 at the weekend. We also done an event last night. You were commentating on it, doing a fantastic job. You milling around the course in a massive high-vis vest with the biggest helmet I've ever seen in my life on top of your head, Mr. Safety. And I was down there on the mic. Yeah, so we've all been run-through'd out.
The only one that's not putting a shift is Cam.
Yeah. I know, he's moved to America. He's training Elon Musk.
Yeah, so Cameron's out training in America at the minute, and
we try to get him on.
But yeah, we've got an exciting new setup. Hopefully he'll be back in next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do miss Cameron.
We really miss him.
But he's been doing threshold sessions with Musk, you know. Yeah, legit. Him and Elon Musk, 5x2 mile threshold. Watch this space.
Have you seen the shape that BOSE is in at the moment? It's kind of stacked, you know?
Yeah, I know. He's been doing some sessions with Cam as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Cam, man of many talents. But Chris, let's not divulge from your schedule here. Go on, dive in. What have we got?
So, review of Battersea Park 5k, which was at the weekend, and it was fantastic. We've got the video, and it was an Easter Saturday. Stacey was off sunning herself somewhere, so I had to Cameron in America, so I stepped into the hot seat.
What was it like commentating? Because you're not normally in the box.
I have done it once, but usually I've been trying to manage the studio stuff as well, and the settings. So we were, I guess, slightly less staffed in there. So I was trying to do a little bit of everything. But no, it was great. Obviously, Rich does a fantastic job. So I just had to jump in to fill the gaps.
Yeah. But I tell you what, it was an action-packed race, at both ends. I think I'm going to dive in with the ladies' race because we've all chatted about this off air as well, how fantastic it was to see three athletes coming together with about a K to go, and then it ended up in a bit of a burn up with about 500 metres to go. It was great to see. And what was extra special was that one of them was an under 15, setting a fantastic time, ranking highly on the all-time list. That was Kitty Scott from Aldershot. She had a brilliant run, took it out, looked great. So a big name to watch out for in the future. I think we would all agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So she led the ladies' race for quite a while, and then we kept noticing in the second stream that they were closing in together, and the other ladies came into shot, and they had Eliane Dvergsdal ended up winning it in the end with 16:48. Sophie Tooley 16:51 in second, Kitty Scott 16:54 in third. So it ended up really tight, and it was a great finish from Eliane. The video of her coming down the home straight looked class. We've got lots of likes on that on Instagram, and came over from Norway for the race. So absolutely fantastic.
And on that note, I like the production that we put out on the day. We obviously had the trackside stuff with Lloyd and Rosie, who've done a fantastic job. But Eliane was saying how she's going to be racing internationally, so she's got a race in Oslo this weekend, then she's off to China as well for another race. So good to see her touching down in Battersea Park, and I'm sure China and Oslo won't touch Battersea Park, mind.
No, exactly. Everybody wants to do the run-through top flight races, don't they? Who wants to go to China and Oslo?
Yeah.
But it is a great location. It is a great course. It's one of the fastest 5Ks in the UK, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think we thought it was going to be hyper fast when we got the late call from Omar to say that he'd had a transport cancellation on his train, so he wasn't planning on running. And then he messaged on the Friday night, "Is it okay if I run?" Which obviously the answer from us is always yes. We'll do whatever we can to accommodate anybody. Yeah. So it was great for Omar to turn up. Took it out really hard. as you would expect. So you're obviously running out there for the bonus times.
Well, I wonder if he's done. If he's done a little bit of a recce on it, because we've seen a little bit of a mix from Omar so far this season. He has tried different tactics rather than just going out there hard from the beginning, and he's lost a couple of times. And I wonder if he's just gone, I'm just going to stick to what I know.
Yeah, exactly. Stick to what you know. And we can put up the series standings now as well for the men. So Omar mentioned in his interview afterwards, he's coming for the series win again. At the moment, he's sitting second behind Sam. The points gap is obviously closing, and it's going to be interesting to see if that result at Newcastle at the very first one in January, where Sam got the better of him, is that going to be the series decider? Did we decide it actually in January, or are the points gonna even out? And does it come down to Ribble Valley and who can perform there at the end of the day? So yeah, it's starting to hot up in the series, with quite a few people now starting to come back and do multiple and more races. And I think that was, I guess, highlighted by Battersea overall. We've said we're getting international athletes, we're getting people returning, and the entry list we had, it was around about 220 on the list. So a year ago, the first event that we did in Battersea, it was more like 40 to 50 of the elite entries. So yeah, we're getting quadruple the amount of runners entering.
Absolutely.
Grown by
It's
300%.
continuing to grow. Yeah, it's class.
Amazing.
I think Tom Hugenboom also on the series standings there was second on the day, and he clocked a PB.
Yep.
And then was it Nathan Mapley in third in the men's race?
Exactly. So 14:20 for Omar, 14:24 for Tom, which is a PB, 14:25 for Nathan, PB, closely followed by Ollie Lockley, second behind. So yeah, it was really tight.
And Blake Moore was up there. Was he fifth?
Blake Moore, 14:30 for fifth. So it was very tight.
Quality runners.
Actually, you know what? There was 3 PBs following straight behind them as well. So yeah, Oliver Newman, Derry McCluskey, Jacob Tranmar. So yeah, everybody PBs in the top flight, as we know from the anthem.
Yeah.
And we can put the ladies' standings up there as well now. So yeah, just to recap over the concept of the series again, you need to run 3 races to score in the overall series. Your best 3 scores count for your points. You get 25 points for the win, down to 1. And the idea is you accumulate points by continuing to race well. You can race all 12. We would encourage that, obviously. But just so that it's realistic, if you do 3 races, that counts for the series. You can't just like accumulate loads of 1 points and make that count. So yeah, get yourself into 3 races and you'll score for the overall series. But every race itself has got, you know, a good prize fund. They're all standalone events as well. So we're trying to bring both them elements in. And yeah, it was another great event.
Yeah, it was a class event. Yeah. I know you were away abroad in the sun.
I was out on the bikes in the mountains, but I did tune in.
You watched it, yeah.
And I thought it was absolute cracking race. I am a little bit biased. I really enjoy watching women's sport in general. So I thoroughly enjoyed the women's race.
Yeah. It was
thoroughly entertaining and a cracking race. What a sprint finish.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see a race as well.
An actual race.
We do get them in the top flight races, absolutely. But it's rare that you get 3 female athletes coming together at the end of the race and battling it out.
Yeah.
We did have it at Ribble Valley with Jess Warner-Judd and Hannah Nuttall, and that was class. It's class to commentate on because generally when you hear us hyping it up on the mic, it's not because, well, we're doing this because we have to do this. It's because you're invested in it and you're like, I don't know who's going to win here. I don't know how this is going to play out. So yeah, it was class to commentate on. Really good. And Omar Ahmed, he done his thing. He done the Omar thing.
I guess we've touched on this theme quite a few times. It's you need the uncertainty of outcome for sport to be exciting, and that's what we're trying to build up here. We're trying to go away from the more traditional athletics reporting where they sort of try and turn it into a 1-horse race or a 2-horse race. That's not what athletics is about. Yeah. It's actually uncertain. It could go either way. Like, we weren't picking up Kitty beforehand to be one of the main contenders for the race, probably due to her age, but we definitely will do in the future now.
Yeah.
One of the big highlights that you picked out though was Omar's interview with Lloyd at the end when he said, I'm always talking to this guy, Chris.
This guy.
I tell you what, you and Omar, there's some bromance going on there, man. This guy, Chris.
Please run again.
Yeah.
It was the cutest interview. And Omar, honestly, big up to Omar. He gave you a lot of love.
Yeah, thanks, Omar. And yeah, we'll see him back. He's a great supporter of the events, which we massively appreciate.
Yeah.
That guy.
We'll see him soon.
Yeah. So Chris, I'm going to throw it over to you. What's next with Top Flight?
Yes.
So what's next is our first race in Scotland. So RunThrough have got 3 races in Scotland, actually 4 races in Scotland coming, because we've got one in Edinburgh in August, which is around Arthur's Seat, where the great Edinburgh cross country used to be. So I've ran around there quite a few times. And in May, we've got 3 races, which is part of the Babcock 10K series. There's Shettleston, which is Glasgow Green. There's Dunbar and there's Helensburgh. So yeah, 3 races, 3 athletics clubs who all have worked on these events for like 30, 40 years or heavily invested.
Yeah, they're quite historical, aren't they?
Yeah, RunThrough have come on as an operational partner to help the clubs for the events to grow. And Shettleston was a perfect opportunity to bring Top Flight to Scotland, which now means we can say, the series is genuinely UK-wide. So we've got events in the northeast that cater for the northeast, the north, some people from the south coming up, and Scotland. We've got the Scottish event, we've got some in the northwest, and then we've got the London and the Surrey events. So yeah, we're genuinely trying to reach everybody in the UK and be for everyone.
Just need something in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, so maybe, we'll see if we can get one in Northern Ireland. The course map was just on there, and it's a flat course. So there are a few twists and turns here, but the course records are pretty quick. This has been used at the Scottish National 10K Championships a few times.
Oh, interesting.
So it's known as a fast course.
Do you know what the course record is? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Offhand, I can't remember, but it's certainly when it was the Scottish National 10K, it was pre-carbons. So it's in the mid-29s.
Right.
And yeah, we've had some great winners. We mentioned on our women's podcast that Natasha and Sonia had a bit of a ding-dong battle there last year.
Amazing.
And yeah, we're expecting fireworks, and we'll start to go through the fields now. So if we look at the men's field, it's absolutely stacked. So the most informed Scottish male athletes at the moment, Logan Rees and Scott Sterling, are both on the start list. So this could be absolutely epic. So Logan won at Pulford at the European Road Running Trials.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That wasn't too long ago, was it?
Exactly. Didn't get picked. I can't remember all the nuances of the criteria, but yeah, he didn't get picked for that despite winning the trial. So I'm not sure fully what went on there. But I know there was various qualification things, and it wasn't necessarily just first past the post. But yeah, Scott Sterling, 4th at Armagh, 13:45. You've got to be class to finish in the top 5 in Armagh. And yeah, who else haven't we got basically? So we've got a whole host of runners under 30 minutes. And yeah, that men's race
It's going to be fast.
Really yeah, exactly.
This is going to be fast. And rightly so, we should be in Scotland, because the heritage of running in Scotland is so strong, and it is absolutely booming as well in Glasgow and in Edinburgh. I hope we get to do something in Edinburgh at some point.
Yeah, so some of the local athletes so Shettleston Harriers are linked to obviously this event, and yeah, you got Wayne Gabriel-Selassie, who went to the Olympics in 2012 in the steeplechase. Yeah. There's a lot of Shettleston Harriers on the start list, so yeah, shout out to Shettleston and to John Mackay, who's organised this race for donkey's years and is still heavily involved in the event. So yeah,
Gabriel-Selassie, he's clocked a 2:09 marathon at Berlin a couple of years back.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you go on the Olympics anyway, you're an unbelievable athlete, but it just shows the standard of the race. But yeah, the two big names at the front, Logan Rees, 5th athlete, was out in the States up until a couple of years ago, I believe. I had a little bit of research on him. I tell you what, he doesn't often lose a race, that lad.
No,
Won home countries international a couple of weeks back. Look at his power 10s. It's a lot of ones.
Yeah,
a lot of ones.
A lot of number ones. He does win races.
I think he's finished outside of first place in one race in recent times. He's a real strong operator, and his PB says it all. To be fair, it's absolutely rapid. 28 minutes. So he's going to be, he's going to be pushing on. But then, obviously, like you said, Chris, we've got Scott Sterling in there, 4th at Armagh, 13:46, was it, at Armagh?
13:45 I've got, but also another shout out for winning, just in terms of winning some local race around there, Jamie Burns, I say local race, but he won the Great Scottish Run. So that is a big race to win. Also won the Babcock 10K series last year and 1404 at Armagh. So they're not going to have it all their own way. If the sub 29 boys aren't away and clear, you've got a lot of very good runners behind who are running mid to low 29s, 14 flat for 5K. You've got some good 1500 runners in there. We've got Ryan Thompson, who ran 2:15 for the marathon at Valencia. So you've got a good blend, which we've attracted
Really
across the
good
series, really, haven't we? So we've got some good 1500 runners right the way up to marathon, lock and horns. And I guess this is the last one before people who are doing a summer season are going to really drill down and do the track. So it could go anywhere. And we can bring the leading ladies up there now as well. So this is going to be another one where it could be a really tight race.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we've got Natasha, and we did do that interview with her and Sonia earlier on in the year. And my God, what a talent she is. She's still so young, former triathlete, getting into running, honing down on running and really going for it with this. And then she did mention she might go back to triathlon eventually. But I think for me, like, she's the standout, but we've got some other big names in there as well.
We also had a fairly late entry from Melissa Duncan, who is, an Australian international and 32:41. So it could go either way, I think, this one. So I probably should have given you the memo on that.
We're going to have some good racing.
Melissa Duncan, she was selected to go to the Rio Olympics and got some kind of injury. I'm not sure what it was, but she didn't end up going to the games. But she's been like an Australian international, completed in the world cross. So she's a real quality. I mean, you're not running 32:41 if you're not a good runner, are you?
Exactly,
so I think that'll be a hotly contested battle. And it'll be interesting to see how that one unfolds as well, because, like I said, it's going to be a mixed race. So again, it always comes down to, like, what do you do? Do you go with the pace? Do you get into a pack and follow them? Or do you focus in on the other competitors around and think, well, I'm running to win this race. I'm running to win the female section of this race. I don't know. It's a tough one, especially.
Depends really, because Natasha has had obviously some niggles. She had to pull out of the European Road Champs, unfortunately, because she had picked up an injury. And I know she's back running. She's doing some track workouts I've just seen this week. So she is back. She's getting back into form. So we'll see. We will see. But I do think we'll see some big PBs on this event.
I like it when the athletes are on Instagram and Strava and stuff. It makes our job a lot easier, doesn't it? We can just actually watch what training people are doing. It's class. One that I picked out, debut for 10K, is Brogan Wallace, who was third in the Scottish National Cross Country in 2025, so really recently. So we've got a whole host of ladies in the 35 mark, and then Brogan also, who's just been, like I said, medalled in the Scottish National. Eve McKinnon was fourth in the Scottish National Cross Country. So we've got a lot of top Scottish ladies here. I think there'll probably be a whole host of PBs behind the leading two. The leading two on paper, but as we know, it could go either way. We could get a few late entries once people have seen this show and the podcast. We usually get a few messages, so that could be one of our most hotly contested ladies race so far. Could really be up there with Ribble Valley, really.
First time we're in Scotland, and we have,
Go on.
And we have another race, obviously, it's happening. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I was going to say, and we're going to be streaming it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We'll be live stream going out. So what time are we all kicking off?
So 10 o'clock on the 11th. But you always put me on the spot for these things. You should have said beforehand, then I would have written it down. But we'll have...
I thought it was race directed and that kind of stuff.
So Shettleston is the 11th of May on the Saturday morning,
Sunday.
10 o'clock start. So we'll put all the comms out for
11th of May is a Sunday.
10th.
11th
is it?
11th of May is a Sunday.
That's it's the Sunday. Saturday's because of Battersea. It's switched me up. I'm not used to this whole Saturday race.
I tell you what, we need to get that bit out.
No, keep that in. Everybody will start Googling when's the race now.
Yeah,
and then
Sunday the 11th, 10 o'clock race kicks off. So we'll be on the stream probably about 9:30 or something like that. We'll get all the full details out on the socials, but there'll be some top class commentary going
Exactly,
alongside that.
and we'll try and keep up with the interviews in the pit lane, the interviews afterwards, the commentary. We've got the 2 live stream bikes, so yeah, it's gonna be great. Just keep trying to get the coverage up and up. So can't wait.
So that'll be a quick race.
And then we've got some quicker stuff happening out on the track as well. So we are working in partnership with BMC, and we have our Top Flight BMC Track Meet.
Yeah, exactly. So we're returning. So last year we mentioned and we put results and all our social medias out and made some really cool stuff from Gateshead and Jarrow. So within the Northeast, we were really lacking in the British Milers Club type events. So there was no paced races. All the runners from the Northeast were basically going out of the area. We know that because we were those athletes as well. So the England Athletics Regional Council asked if I would help facilitate. So we've got British Milers Club, Top Flight coming together. And yeah, this event on Sunday the 4th of May is going to be epic. So we've got Newcastle Gateshead Marathon, half marathon, 10K, kids fun run. So we're catering from age 4 to 75 on the road.
Running festival.
And then we've got the track races. So we've got 800s, we've got 3Ks. Gateshead Harriers are putting on some sprints. So we've got 100s and 400s going on to bookend that. And we've got some throws out the back as well because, yeah, I've got obviously strong connections to Gateshead Harriers. They want a piece of the action as well. So, yeah, we're trying to make this a festival of athletics. We're going to have nearly 3,000 people doing athletics in Gateshead Stadium. Mint. Which, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait. So yeah, we should look at some of the runners and riders for that really. So we'll look at the men's track field. So we've got 2 races. Well, not 2 races, sorry, 2 categories. We've got 800s and we've got 3Ks. 3K, I'm really interested to see how this one pans out. So we've got Joe Armstrong, who has been in fantastic form all winter, smashed through the 14-minute barrier for 5K, is a 1,500 metre runner at heart. So I think at 3K, he's gonna take some beating. Not on this graphic, but because he hadn't officially entered, but told me he's running, is Sam Charlton as well, who former international sub 14-minute 5K runner from Wallsend as well. So Sam's intending to run. Callum Johnson is going to pace. So
brilliant.
He's pacing, so not running.
Yeah. Well, unless he changed his mind, because you know Callum does love a race. So the bonus times we set here on the 100th ranked in the UK previously. So for the 1500s and the 800s, if you go on Power of 10, they've got a UK target for how many people UK athletics would like to get under a certain time. So the 800 and the 1500 times are set off that for the cash bonuses. For the 3K, because it's not an Olympic event, it hasn't got that same standard. So I just went down to the 100th place. It was 8:12, and I can't remember exactly on the ladies' side now. We'll confirm that afterwards. But yeah, we set the times there, so they're going to go out and try and break that basically. Yeah. So we've not had races like this in the Northeast, so it's going to be class.
Good the Callum's person, I think.
Yeah, that's interesting that because he ran. Well, we're recording midweek, but it was last night the Quayside 5K, and he did run that, and I thought he was going to get a PB. I think he will be in PB shape for this summer. So I think over 3K it would be amazing to see what he can do over that on the track. But I think he will have a strong summer coming up for sure.
Yeah, he absolutely smashed it at the Quayside 5K last night. Went out, gun to tape, 14:06.
Literally didn't have anybody else around him at all to push him.
Yeah, a bit chilly, a bit windy. And we know obviously Quayside 5K is rapid, and that whets our appetite for the August event there. Big shout out as well actually to Sophie Pikett, who won the ladies.
Amazing.
5 months after giving birth.
That's phenomenal.
5 months postpartum.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So inspirational, honestly. Like to get back from having a baby and then get back into running and racing.
Absolutely.
5 months after. It's incredible.
Getting back into that shape, yeah.
So quick.
But like you don't just turn up in that shape. You have to train. So she's 5 months postpartum, but she's in that 16-minute shape. It's
incredible.
Yeah, hats off to her. It's absolutely phenomenal.
That's a performance of the night for me from the Quayside 5K.
Yeah,
and we love to see it.
Love to see it.
Yeah, exactly. And we can put the ladies' field up there now as well. So on the ladies' side, look at that picture.
Oh, goodness me.
Is.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
Oh, she's got really small ears.
Yeah, I did prefer your Gateshead vest when you used to run for Gateshead with me, but you know, the North Shields one will.
I know, but I live
we'll
over that
accept
way
it.
now, so it makes sense that.
Yeah, so we didn't really touch on the men's 800 times there, but we've got quite a few who are knocking on the door of 150. On the ladies' side, we've got quite a few knocking on the door of 210. Lauren Creeby, for example, is a very talented young athlete. And last time, if you remember at Gateshead, we had 3 ladies. The top 3 were all ran 210. One was in a different race and 2 had a really tight finish. So yeah, we're hoping to have a really tight 800 metre race. Because we're doing it as mixed, they might not all end up in the same race, but perhaps they will. Or when I do the seed, I'll consider that, because it's obviously good to have those head-to-heads. And yeah, there's quite a few young athletes in there, and we've got Karen Zhang to give a shout out to. So she's just ran at Battersea Park, so she's coming up to Gateshead to run in the 3K.
Oh, wow.
Entries are still open for these. It's the first time we've put it on this Sunday the 4th of May one. We've already got 60 entries, which is great.
That's fantastic.
So if we can get towards like 80 or 90, then I think the ones that we do in June and in August, the entries will go way over 100, which is great.
It's amazing I know this is obviously a UK wide competition, but this is so good for the region and so needed, because it has been lacking for really high quality track meets, and just like what we were saying yesterday with the Terry O'Gara, well, it was the former Terry O'Gara, that was potentially going to be scrapped, and it's just great that we're not seeing any fixtures at all being removed from the racing calendar, and that we're still giving opportunities for younger athletes coming through, and also top quality international athletes as well on our doorstep who can race within the region.
Yeah, exactly that. So it's becoming more difficult for people to put events on just because of the costs. So yeah, I mean, this is us investing in the sub-elite younger athletes, because most people who are racing on the track are under 23 when you look at the statistics. Road racing obviously is quite a bit older than that. So yeah, we're really wanting to... So we've got people all the way up to our mate Kenny, who's V55, entered in the 800, who had a great run last year. But yeah, we're obviously catering for younger athletes. These are the future of top flight, of running. Their friends and family are going to come and watch. They're going to see them on the live stream and stuff. Hopefully that engages them in running, and then they come to a RunThrough event as their first one. And actually, as Jasmine, who was out in America, as Jasmine said way back when she started hosting for us with Top Flight, her first race was a RunThrough race, and then she continued to enjoy her run and got better and better. Ends up as an international on a scholarship out in America. So yeah, this is a really exciting project, and obviously it's close to all of our hearts because we've came from that track background. So yeah, class, really looking forward to it. So yeah, we'll have a live stream for that as well on Sunday the 4th in the afternoon.
Perfect.
Be great. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and hopefully everybody will follow us on the live stream and do the all like, comment, share, and follow us, and everyone tell everybody how good this show is. So yeah, thank you very much to Stacey and Rich.
Thank you, Chris.
You.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.